This is the Normal Nerds Podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and whatever else you feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Streisian.
And I'm your host who's ready to get that truth out of that wind, Dave Spades.
This episode is our first initial takes on Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo.
Wind and Truth came out on the 12th, the 6th. We're on the 12th month. Came out on the 6th, and Davis and I hopped right into it. We are listening on Audible.
Yes.
We are almost through day 2. The book is split up into...
We're getting close, I think.
Yeah, so first off, as you can probably assume, spoiler alert, we are not done with the book, but we are both on chapter 31, so we thought we'd give our first initial takes on Wind and Truth. We are Stormlight fans. Rhythm War, if you're watching the podcast, is on the table.
Oh, yeah.
We have the words painted on...
we have on the wall, we have several episodes where we're ranking characters, ranking Spren, ranking stuff.
Yeah. So we are Stormlight fans.
Oh, big time.
So we were very excited for this book. As you can tell, it came out on the 6th. We are recording this on the 8th.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And we, so that's only a few days, and we're like 15 hours into the book. Like listening. So we spent a lot of time listening. So our one friend came over to play Magic the Gathering last night, and I was like, what chapter are you on? He's like 7. I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay, well, we're consuming it crazy fast, but whatever.
Do feel bad for some people. It seems like the pre-ordered books took some time to get to people. Some people aren't getting them until like Tuesday.
That's crazy.
And today is Sunday for us.
That's
so
crazy.
I feel bad for those people, but this is why I listen.
Yep, that's why you buy both.
You ever seen those like cool the black and red version of the Stormlight books on Audible?
Yes, I think those are foreign.
No, they're just a different version.
Are they?
Yeah, different. Yeah, you can. Yeah, no, they're not foreign. No,
no. I think those are the UK covers.
Oh, foreign as in like.
No. They're UK covers.
I thought you meant different language.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Yeah, because the Metal Mistborn stuff does stuff like that too. I think it's the UK cover.
Oh, I thought it was just like a different version of it.
I mean,
those are cool.
Well, technically, yes.
Those are cool.
It's for the UK.
Those look really cool.
Yeah, looks dope. I think it's cool.
They got a Wind and Truth one out and everything like that. It's only like $25, which really isn't that bad.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
But let's get into Wind and Truth. So far, so good. There's a lot we're going to have to talk about.
Yes.
We've talked a lot about the
We've broken down every chapter.
Yeah, but we're just going to give our initial takes on it, what we think about where characters are and whatnot. And so far, I will say it's good.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's really
good. Whatever, the book itself, obviously this is a heavy spoiler thing, so I don't know why you're watching this if you think otherwise.
I already gave the spoiler warning.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention at all. But like it picks up right after Rhythm of War, and it's like no time. I feel like going into this, it feels like I read with Rhythm of War yesterday, or the 5th. It just feels like I'm going right back into it. Nothing's changed in the world, as all his books pretty much have done. Like, what was it? Oath? No, Rhythm of War was the first time there was a time skip in between books.
Which also we learned in this book, what they say, when they opened the Oath Gate to Urathur, that was a year and a half ago. So that means that's what they say.
Yeah.
They said a year and a half ago we opened the gate, which in between Rhythm of War and Oathbringer is a year.
Yes.
So that means when they open the gate to the ending of Oathbringer, that's 6 months, which now makes sense for how much shit happens in this book. Is only 10 days, so I'm like, okay, well that makes sense then.
Yeah, that does. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, it does make sense that was only 6 months, because if you really think about it, it's mainly just battles and stuff. It's like
fighting.
The Battle of Oathbringer is like, at the end of Oathbringer, like, and now they also explained it too, like Windrunners can get across the entire continent in a day.
That's nuts.
Less than a day. So it makes sense that like when they travel with Windrunners, they do it super fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, they ride ahead of the storm. The storm moves across the entire continent in a day, so that's pretty fast. Yeah. That's wild. I didn't think about the time aspect of that. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, picks right up with our sad boy Kaladin there. And they're killing all the characters, right? Like, great, like not killing them, bro. He's doing a great job. They're more or less sorry, I'm also getting over a cold still, so my voice is still just shot, but Kaladin, it's always tough going back. Like when you start another, when like you do the next book in line, sometimes when time has passed, like he'll like have tweaked the character a little bit. But Kaladin's pretty much just the way he would have been at the end of Rhythm of War, which I really like. And that's the same across all the characters. Like they're all the same character still. So he does a great job of that, just even keeping continuity going, which I like a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I think Kaladin's like, you kind of forget that Kaladin kind of like, because Rhythm of War is such a bad time for Kaladin. From
sad boy.
90% of the book, and he still suffers from severe depression, all that kind of stuff. But you kind of forget that, like, I forgot that at the end of Rhythm of War, he's kind of on the up and up.
Yes.
And in this book, that's why I kind of like Kaladin. This he's a little on the, gets him a little every once in a while, but he's still on the up and up.
Yes.
And I do enjoy that. It's like Kaladin, I forgot that you are not as sad as you used to be.
Sack as all.
You're not the most dreary person ever.
I know.
Still, and just like Kaladin still, I'm loving this whole thing of still wanting to be like normal sized.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But it's like a lot of work for her, but like she still does it.
Well, like how she was playing around with different forms. Like I tried to be the size of a mountain once, which I mean, realistically, she probably could be a mountain, just like incorporeal.
Well, like she's like, I tried to be the size of the mountain once, but it was I just hit the top of your room. I was like, so you weren't that big at all.
No, I mean she's a mountain to her.
That's true. That is true. That is.
So I think it's as with most investiture stuff, it's all just conceptual. Like if you can conceive it, you can finally you probably get it. So
I do like I'm liking her outfit changes too. I like how she's wearing havas and stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. I enjoy that. Yeah, like she's just like I'm a real person. Kind of.
I forgot about his kid brother. Very cute. I forget his name.
I forget his name too.
Whatever. It's not that important.
I'll figure it out.
Then I do like how him and Liren are just like the same person. Liren's such a dick. I give Liren credit. Yes, he came around eventually. It only took Kaladin saying the fourth ideals and saving him. To do this, but whatever. Even though all the people told Liren to his face like he's so amazing.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, but now they're like the same person. I love his mom. Oh, the poop story, that was so funny. The poop spread thing.
Are you asking me, essentially royalty, if I know dung spread?
Yes, yeah. But she goes, if I know poop.
Yep.
I do love that whole thing of still really leading into her how she's a princess.
That is funny.
She's really leading into it so far in this book. She's like, I am royalty. So because when Dalinar gives Kaladin, like he's like pretty much like if I die and Navani die, wild. Like you're gonna be the king of Yurthir or whatever.
Yeah, which is crazy. Which is like one of those moments where I'm just like, really, we're really out of people, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know about Kaladin. Well, he's a really good leader.
He's a very good leader. But
actually, that's like his thing. He doesn't like to do it, but he just remember in an Oathbringer.
So I think final form Kaladin will probably be able to do this. I don't think current Kaladin. I think he's getting better with letting go because like to be a leader like this, you have to be really good at letting people go. Because like you literally can't save everybody when you're a king.
Well, that was his last fight. That was his last year.
I know. He struggles with it.
I know. Yeah, but can't protect everyone.
I know. But I do. Sad boy. That's what we're doing. Yeah,
but I do remember. Do you remember in Oathbringer when they were in Kolnar and Adolin? This before like him and Adolin were best buddies. He's like, I bet he became their leader, didn't he? And then Kaladin did become the leader of all those people and everything. And Adolin's like, ugh.
Oh, of course.
Now they're best friends.
Yep. Yes.
Literally. But before I don't want to leave that scene yet. But I did like.
But they were best friends then too.
Were they best friends then?
Yeah, best friends then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they became best. They became best friends.
They became really good friends after. But Oathbringers were their friendship really.
Yeah, they became like best friend-ish when Adolin stayed in the prison as long as Kaladin stayed in the prison.
Bingo. Yes.
Way back in Words of Radiance.
And when we had one of still my favorite wit story ever.
Yes.
But
sadly to say.
Speaking of wit, I'm real nervous right now.
Yeah. 1 second. I just want to go before we go. That thing I did enjoy is Kaladin's like, I can't take this. Can you imagine the king of hating nobles? Thank God Kaladin has become.
Got over that.
It got over that and everything like that. King of hating nobles and all light eyes now has, and he's like, puts it like my eyes are light and I could become a king. Ugh. But I love Syl's just like she's like happy about it. She's like, well, I am already royalty.
That's funny.
But yes,
a royal friend.
But wit, yes, I don't know if
him and his like. I don't know which one was getting on us one alive. Mm-hmm. Like maybe neither of us. Who knows? I'm just like, geez.
It's very possible that Kaladin could die at the end of this book.
It is very possible. Branson's also the king of just like, here's foreshadowing. Maybe it'll happen.
Yep.
He's instead of foreshadowing, it doesn't happen. Like a tool. Exactly. Yeah.
But then he also does that thing where he's like, He's like, he's like, you think I'm not going to do it because you think it's going to happen, but because you think I'm not going to do it because you think it's going to happen, I'm actually going to do it.
Yes, it's like great. Yeah. So I don't know. I was right about seeing my talent or seeing my pants on this one.
Mm-hmm. A little mention of Sazed. Nice with there. He's like, he really wants to talk to Sazed. For some reason. I don't know why, but
I forget what it was, but regardless.
I think it just to pick his brain. It was but I did like that with Wit, where he's like, Callan's like, God, Dalinar's meeting's taking forever. And then Dalinar pops in and he's like, Wit, are you done? I've been waiting an hour. I love Wit. Wit is having a very good Win in Truth, because it's very humanizing Wit. Yes. And like how not like, because in the rest of the books, especially like Words of Radiance, and like you don't really know in the Way of Kings who Wit is, or like how he's a world hopper or anything like that. But like throughout the rest of the books, he just seems like just so like better than everyone, which he is kind of like, and like he's like unstoppable.
He's immortal.
But this one, like Terravodium got him, and he figured it out, and it stressed him out.
Hardcore.
Like he's not even saying quibs for certain things. Like, well, first of all, really, it's kind of hard to stop where we stopped because Dalinar's going off into the spiritual world.
Yeah,
with Navani, which is gonna be super interesting.
See this. Also, like we're sending both our bondsmiths there. Really, both of them?
Yeah. Well, Navani's not gonna say no.
That's true, but
I like how bondsmiths. I know it's a stupid idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, what does Dalinar say? He says something to Wit. He's just like, Wit's like, he's like, if you make it back or something. Dalinar's like, if or something, and Wit's like, yeah, and he's like, not a quip. That's not good.
Yeah,
like he literally points out that when Wit straight answers a question, you're like, oh gosh,
that's not good. I don't like that. I did love his whole sequence of him just trying to like the middle of the meeting. It's like, I'm a moron. I figured it out. Or I called the person. He called Frost the dragon.
Yeah.
And then the dragon was like, I don't like you. Go talk to my sister.
Just just a dragon.
Just a dragon. Frost the dragon. Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Don't talk about it anymore.
Don't worry about it.
But I like it. And her sister's like a lawyer.
That was funny. That's very funny. Yes, I enjoyed that.
It's just so random.
That was fantastic. He's having himself a book right now, just because like it's just one of those things where it's like Hoyd's in every book because he's the Easter egg character, but now like the Easter egg character actually has to do something right now because this is very important for Roshar. There's so many shards here right now.
Right, and like how Yasmin is like, well, can't we take Odium and put him on a different planet? And what's like my whole thing is to protect the Cosmere from Odium. Yeah, and he has to stay here for that to happen.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I love. It's very. I've always been worried about how he's going to start integrating Stormlight into the wider Cosmere, because the wider Cosmere just like has such a different feel than Roshar, in my opinion. But I think he's doing it pretty well through Wit, just like slowly talking more and more about other worlds. Like he pulled out the watch thing for Dalinar. He like synchronized his watch.
Yeah.
He called it. It's like it's from Silverlight. Silverlight is a world hopper city in the Cosmere. Oh, it's where it stands independent.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've never seen it in any of the books. Talk about it.
Oh, interesting.
So
all these world hoppers.
I know they're funny. They're interesting people.
They're explaining how
Shadesmar.
Yeah, they're explaining like how it like they started. Had to be Wit. Probably. Showing people.
Probably because perpendicularities didn't exist until. Or at least I assume they didn't exist until the shattering happened.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Wit showed people how to do it.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's a bunch of people who didn't know how to do it. And
I mean,
that's like someone. But even if
I don't know, maybe or probably could have showed people, or just when perpendicularities just start popping up on planets where shards settle.
Yeah, but
walk through it.
Yeah, but how many people died? Well, a lot of people make it. They went to Shadesmar and they lived. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, right.
But so there's like to like know. I don't know. It's been what 10,000 years. That's how old it is.
Yes.
So it's been 10,000 years. So I guess people could have done that in 10,000 years.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So that's a very long time. But yes, Wit is he's very human in this book.
Yes, and I'm digging it. I'm liking it a lot. So that whole little arc he's doing right now is pretty fun.
Ghostblood arc is also very interesting.
Yes, I feel this is like a rogue Ghostblood arc right now, because whatever. Thydacar of Kelsier, I think they even mention it is that like his whole goal, then the Ghostbloods on Scadrial's whole goal is protect their home planet, protect Scadrial. So I think Moraes mentions it's like this stays in line with him trying to protect his planet and all this stuff. But I feel like Moraes is going off.
Oh, he said it could be lying, but he did say Kelsier approved.
Yeah, but like
Could be lying. Could be lying.
I think.
But you really think
that's throwing me off is that Kelsier was talking to Gavilar.
Yes. And do you really think that Maria's could pull a fast one over Kelsier?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, Kelsier's not omniscient. Like,
yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's pretty dumb. But I don't know. Very possible.
It's possible, but I just feel like Kelsier has eyes on like what's going on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Eye.
Yeah, because he has a little spike in his eye. Yeah. So I feel like, I mean, it's one of those things. It definitely could. Maria's definitely could be going off something, but yeah, I don't know what they need. I don't know what this Mishram, like, I don't understand why everyone wants it.
Neither do I.
Like, everyone wants it.
Because the Parshmen are already unlocked. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why. That's a good question. I don't know why. I don't know why Collect wants to do it. I don't know why they want to release Mishram so bad. Because what's it going to do? The whole point of Mishram was that she connected to the Parshendi somehow.
And I don't know why
singers.
I don't know why she's also just like freaking out too, like wanting to break out. It's like someone's been talking to her, maybe, or something.
Maybe she's been screaming that the entire time. People finally started looking at her.
That's very possible.
Could be one of those things. Like,
but she's like even like tried to she showed up when Shallan. She showed up in Shadesmar when Shallan was there.
But how far is the cognitive realm from the spirit realm? Is the question.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is why is she just showing up?
Maybe because Shallan's finally drawing her.
But why was? But Shallan just said she just ran.
I don't know. I'm throwing stuff at it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but I wonder if. But you might be right. But maybe just they started speaking about her more.
Yeah, started
brought her more into her existence. Yeah,
it's very possible.
Shallan be able to use actually turn her images into things that can actually do things.
They're really showing how insane Stormlight is.
Yeah, and also Radiant's having a great book.
Radiant's having a book and a half.
Yeah, Radiant's having a great book. Yeah. Radiant was a character I never really cared about at all because she just kind of just showed up to fight, and that's like she was
a lover.
Well, the reason I didn't really care about Radiant was like Radiant always was like just Shallan.
Yeah,
but just could fight. She never give her really her own personality. In this one, she has her own personality.
Yeah, they gave her a little bit of agency back in Rhythm of War, where she was like she's the one that poisoned ELA because she saw Shallan was going to do it, so she protected Shallan. So in some weird, fucked up, crazy manner that's going on in Shallan's brain, somehow Shallan wasn't the one that killed ELA. But
I mean, she was. She was. Yeah.
Which she has no guilt for, by the way. But anyways, so they never really did too much with her. She was always sort of just like the side person.
She was just Shallan's fighting version.
Yeah, but now now we're here. I've really enjoyed it. It just happened where they're seeing the tower in Shadesmar, and Shallan's going like, it's so beautiful. Okay, so Radiant's like, you need me to take over? And Shallan's like, yes, please.
Yeah, that was a great scene. I listened to that scene.
Neat.
I listened to that scene a few times actually because it cracked me up so much. Shallan's like, it's beautiful. And you're like, yeah, it's like Radiant's like, you need me to take over.
Yeah, and Radiant's like, it's neat.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's really cool though.
Yeah, it was.
On Shallan's credit, it sounds awesome. You're a Theory and Shadesmar.
It sounds sick, especially with the sibling operating now. Oh, so cool.
Yeah, siblings. I like how your theories changed so much. I do feel bad for Navania that she doesn't need to sleep. I know a lot of people feel like that'd be really cool, but I'd be like, I want to sleep sometimes.
Sleep's nice. It's relaxing.
It's nice.
Yeah, because it disconnects you from the world for a little bit.
Yeah. But it's cool that she doesn't have to anymore.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got like the siblings. Sibling's cool. I like sibling. I like how the sibling gets very annoyed with Lift. Just like, I don't know why I talk to you.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, Lift is funny. I did like Wendell. First of all, Wendell's mom being a gardener of shoes.
That's good. It's so good.
Incredible. It's incredible.
So it's so amazing. I love Wendell. Wendell was one of my favorites, Prince.
Yeah, but I do like Wendell's great point he brings up. He's like, to Lift, because Lift is oogling men. Yes, but he's like, that's part of being an adult. Why are you growing up that way, but not the other way? And Lift's like, meh.
Yeah, shut up.
Do you like Gav? Gav's pretty funny. He's like, I'm gonna kill everybody that which would imply Moash.
Yes.
And I did like Lich just like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Gav's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. He's like, good, thank you. And I was like, maybe get that out of him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. He lifts you and says like, yeah, someone will deal with that eventually.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, no, she can't be responsible.
I do enjoy how she was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't taught him how to swear. Oh well.
Well, when Gab goes, she's like, oh, don't repeat that word. He's like, what, poetry?
Yes.
And she's like, yes. And then when he walks by, he goes to Navani, he's like, what shit? I was like, damn.
That was good.
That was good. I do like Lift and the Mink showing up to the secret meeting.
That was funny.
Yeah, because Wit just is like, he says someone's really good at hiding. I can't remember the first person, but it's not that important. And then he throws a bowl at them. He's like, just like some other people, and then throws a bowl. Also, the Mink, what is he doing? Calling on to save her dads.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, right now you're gonna make Dalinar like follow through this oath and like pull troops away from like these 3 huge battles.
Yeah, I think he's missing the picture here right now.
No, yeah, it's just clearly like I really like the Mink and everything.
Mink's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's awesome and everything like that. But it's like, dude, like of course Dalinar is like such a good guy and he's got to follow his oath.
I did say all this stuff. Yes, I do it. So that whole gap in the Arya agreement is nuts too. Another one. Mm-hmm. Another one I did not see coming because obviously I don't know Alethi legal code because apparently it's batshit crazy.
And why would you know it?
Yeah, exactly. And of course it's crazy. It's
it also hasn't been explained to us.
No, not in any way. That they just got to take a capital and own the place.
Yeah,
just nuts.
It's also just a stupid law.
Yeah,
like how does that apply? That law can only negatively affect you.
Yes.
Because it's not going to negatively affect a country you're taking over because you're like, well, guys, we took your capital, so now we own the rest of your land. The rest of the land is going to be like, no.
Yeah, but yeah.
But if someone takes over your capital, you're like, oh, no. Our laws say now you own us.
Oh, no.
It's like, what?
Yeah,
the law only negatively affects you. Yeah. That makes sense for a conquering nation.
Yeah.
That you would have, like, well, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally. And then that probably propagates them being able to fight each other even more. He's got to take one city, so just don't have to do a full front just to attack the city.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't make it. It doesn't apply.
Oh, no. It's a dumb law.
Yeah, it's a dumb law. It's just they're funny.
But also the Alethi were stupid for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, actually, it showed one thing I really liked that they showed too in this is that first of all, always love I can't remember his name. It's the old couple. The old couple that's in charge of the coin. He's always fantastic. He's like, just let you, yeah, sorry. He's like, just let you know, I am paying for vacations and massages out of the public funds. I am corrupt and awful. And they're like, yeah, sure, dude, you're so awful.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But how he did point out, and I do like that this is still a thing because Sanders has done a good job that all the good light eyes, which there is a large swath of them, are in charge of everything. But he did point out there is still a lot of light eyes who are absolute horrible people and want to uprise and everything like that. You maybe just like,
push them off the tower roof
or just, send them somewhere else.
Yeah.
To a a Parshendi camp or something like that.
Why not? Send them back to the Shatter Plains.
Because a lot of Parshendis, like, they'll make humans into slaves. So, you could send those light eyes and be like, yeah, this is how it feels.
Get on board, get out.
Yeah. So I did like that though. It's a little thing added in there.
Yeah. I'm glad Sabario's still not Sabario. Sabario.
Yeah, isn't that his name?
Yes.
Yeah. Him and his wife are so funny.
They've been fantastic characters since Words of Radiance.
Yep.
So I'm so happy they're still around. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was one of the original Light Eyes that actually allied with Dalinar and wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah, because I did like his point too. He was bringing up like he's like, we are financially in trouble.
Yeah.
Like he's like, we got to figure out something here.
Yeah.
Like we're just spending money.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's true.
What was I going to say? I'm really enjoying Dalinar and Adolin. They're having a good because they're like the same person, and how like Navani's like just talk about it, which is such a woman thing.
Yeah,
it's like is this the time to talk about it in the middle of
the world's about to end?
Yeah, and like also they just got done with this huge meeting. There's people everywhere, and they're like talk about it. It's like what are they gonna talk about? Let's have this deep conversation about how you killed my mom.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I won't lie. I do think Dalinar handled this pretty badly. Is that he probably should have talked to his kids and then wrote the book.
Oh, 100%. No.
I will say that's a dumb move, but you're totally right with Navani. Just like, come on, talk, feelings. Mm-hmm. And then Adolin just like, nah, shove it down.
Yeah, they're both like, shove it down.
Crush the feeling.
Yeah. I do. I'm worried about Adolin, though. Going off to fight in Thalin, right? That's where he's going?
Yeah.
No, he's going to Azamir. He's going to Azamir. That's where they want Azamir, is where they want, like, the best soldiers. Mm-hmm. And then Thalin, they're going to send more soldiers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Azamir, because he's like, Dalinar did not want to send him. Because, so it's Adolin, it's taking Azamir, Yasna, I think Yasna's going to Thalin, and then Sazed, not Sazed, what's his name? The guy in charge of the Windrunners right now.
Sigzil.
Sigzil, he's going to the Shattered Plains.
Right.
Yeah, because that's all the flying fuse are going over there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which, like, And like Yasna, she's like, she was like, put me in charge. And they're like, yeah, I guess. I was like, yeah, what do you mean, you guess? She's like one of the strongest people you have.
Yeah, what are you talking about? She swore the fourth idea pretty much for everyone else did.
Yeah, way before everyone else. Yeah. She's super strong. Yasna's having a book, though. She's struggling with people just disagreeing with her. And
constantly.
Yeah. And she's always been like this. Yasna's like, I'm right and everyone's wrong.
That's just like her whole personality.
Yasna has the whole thing is that gods didn't exist. And then when she found out gods exist, she was like, well, not like, I'm an atheist. She goes, well, not like that. I understand those exist, but actually in a different way. It's just like, she's one of those people. Like, she's not wrong. She's never wrong.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about the other night. It's like, even all the way back in Way of Kings, when Shallan soulcasts the goblet and then into blood and then tries to cover it up by cutting her own wrist. Genius. And then Yasna thinks that she... Yasna thinks that she like tried to commit suicide because Yasna put too much pressure on her. Yasna sort of apologizes like, in the hospital, but not really. And she's like, whatever.
I guess I pushed you a little hard.
It's like, you can say you're wrong. It's okay.
Yeah. You're going wrong. Love Yasna to death and everything like that. But she's one of those, she brings it up in this book. She's like, why does everyone forgive Dalinar for all the things he does, but everyone hates when I disagree with him? It's like, one, you're talking about like atheism. No one likes that.
Yeah.
Two, like in a very religious world, also where people actually know gods exist. Two, it's like, Yasna, the way you go about your way of disagreeing is very much like, you're dumb, I'm smart.
Yeah, pretty much. Yasna's just a hammer.
Yeah.
Dalinar has learned to become like a scalpel.
Yeah.
But Yasna's literally just like, I'm right. Even back in fucking, was it Rhythm of War again? Yeah, Rhythm of War. Remember that whole sequence where she was working around her, she was working towards outlawing dueling, where she dueled a guy, stabbed him in the throat, and then healed. And then healed, and then, now, that was the last duel. I'm done now.
Yeah. I remember that.
Because, like, I mean, it was a good point, but, like, this is how you go about doing it. Yeah, you just walk in there, take your hammer, and beat them into submission.
Yeah, she's like, I'm smart, you're
no
dumb.
wonder people don't like and try to disagree with you.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And she was mean to Kaladin, so, when she first got back. Which can't be mean to Kaladin. Kaladin's the best.
Yeah, he was a super sad boy then, too.
Yeah, very sad boy then, too. And then she was like mean to Shallan. Remember when she came back and she's like, all right, Shallan, now you're my apprentice again, blah, blah. And Shallan's like, kind of like, I mean, I don't
want to do that. I'm good. Shallan literally asked one point, he's like, how about we just finish it up then?
Yeah, I do. Also, speaking of Shallan, love her fourth ideal armor, and I love the creation spell. Just like, Shallan! They are hilarious.
They're spectacular. They're stick level funny at this point.
Remember when Radiant did something and they're like, not Shallan?
Yeah.
They're awesome. Her suit of armor looks cool, too.
I do. I like the drawing of it so much. It's very cool. It's orange, too, isn't it?
Yes. It's like orangish red. Yeah.
That's dope. I love the whole sequence where she tried to put the armor on someone else and the creation. I love how Windspread, like Kaladin's armor, just like, they got it. They're good. They know what to do. The creation spreader just like, is this right? Oh, you're gone. Okay, we're going to stop now. Stop moving now.
Mm-hmm. Like, I love it. Also, I totally forgot. Gaz is such a great character. Hated Gaz with a burning passion so much as you everyone should, but I love where Gaz like, if anything, he hates the Windrunners. I love how he hates them, but he's like, if anything, it's really because of me.
Weren't you just crying like last month about this whole thing? It's like, no.
Yeah, Gaz and Red.
I was drunk. You can't count that.
Yeah, Gaz and Red are great together. And I also do like, I can't remember her names, like, because she has a different. Gaz and Red are each in versions, like Daria or something like that.
Sure.
I can't remember her name. She's a great character too. That whole unseen court is always great.
Unseen Court's sick.
Yeah, the whole sequence of them sneaking into the Ghostblood meeting was awesome.
Yeah.
Getting the wooden mask girl. She's from Off-World. I don't know if you know what world.
She's from Scadrial. She's a native Scadrial. There's Scadrians that wear masks like that.
Okay, so yeah, there's that, and yeah, I just that whole sequence of them getting in there, and like I just love how Shallan just went ham, and then got hit by that crossbow thing is a problem.
That's not good. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Like, because that fucked her up hardcore.
Mm-hmm. She had to take all the Stormlight out of her body before getting hit with it.
I know.
And then had to keep pushing it out.
I hate Mraize. He's really annoying, but I do enjoy how he's more proud of Shallan than anything else.
Yeah.
Every time she does something.
Well, I like how she got mad about that. Mm-hmm. She was like, he looked at her, she's like, and he looked proud. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oof, that's gotta be annoying. Little knife. Every time he calls her little knife, it's so condescending.
I know it is. I really like how she did a great job pulling it over on them too by like just like, hey, look, it's an unmade. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Don't at me. Look at that. And what's her name?
John Knott
was like, well played. Don't do it again or I'll blow you in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, John Knott's she's doing some weird stuff too.
She's playing both sides. She comes out on top.
Yeah, that's really
and telling them that she's playing both sides.
Yeah, sure. Also with Collect, going back to Collect real quick, I wonder, like, so maybe it's just that Kelsier has no problem killing anything he thinks is just disagreeing with him, because he's like, oh yeah, you can kill Collect. And it's like, why?
What?
What did he do to you?
Nothing.
If anything, he was like saving the world for a long time and going through desolation of over and over and over again.
But it's not Scadrial, so who cares?
Yeah, he's just like, well, it's like, you don't have to kill him.
Yeah, but it's not Scadrial, who cares?
That's like, we got our information out of him. We might as well kill him now. It's like, why?
That's a demigod. That's close enough to a noble.
Yeah, I know. Although Kelsier didn't learn anything.
I know, reading Secret History. Yeah,
he just learned nothing.
Did you finish Secret History?
No, I haven't finished it.
Yeah. But
I know he learns nothing.
Yeah, no, absolutely nothing. Like they put up lessons for him to learn too.
He didn't feel bad that he thought he killed Ellen. He didn't even feel bad about it. No. And it's just like, well, he's like, well, Vin loved her. Also, I always think about this. Ellen, he got his head cut off. I feel so bad for him on that one.
I know.
It's like, it could have died in many ways, but you don't have to cut his head off.
Yeah, I know. That was sad. That was real sad. I feel bad for him.
I mean, he like hated Marsh, Kelsier. He even talked about it. He's like, I hated Marsh, and I was like, Marsh was so cool. Yeah, I know. It was just funny. It's just like with Kelsier. Speaking of like, it's just like I thought him and Kaladin, if they ever met, they would like get along. Now I'm like, I don't think they'd get along.
No, they don't get along at all. No.
And Kaladin's like, what's that word? Kaladin's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Kelsier, not so much.
Yeah.
He pops up a lot in Era 2, and so like he's like, well, the final book of Era 2. And you're like, okay, you're a good character. I see where you're coming from right now. But also you're still Kelsier.
Yeah. I will say also, speaking of Kaladin, going back to Kaladin, Sev's being an absolute dick to him. However, they are getting along a little bit. Sev's backstory.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
The rock stuff's crazy.
Yeah. They find like a rock and they're like, oh no.
Friggin' Shinovar just has, we knew they had all the honor blades, but they had them all in monasteries for all the entire time. Like, Shinovar, you hid so much from the world and you might have fucked them just a little bit. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I know. I know. But I just like Sev's backstory with like, he finds a little rock, an 8-inch rock, and they're like, what do we do? And like, they're like, we're going to move it. And so it's very interesting because I don't know if this was already known, but I don't really think so. But that's Sev's son Villano, and he changed his name to Son Honor. He's Son Honor, yeah, because we changed his name to Sev's Son Honor after he died, which I'm assuming is he considers to honor his father, blah, blah. Because we learned now that, and I noted a little quick, because he called him Kaladin's son Lyran. Mm-hmm. So they have their names after their parents. Because his sister's name, I can't remember, it's like Dot or something.
Yeah.
So what did his dad do that he skipped his dad's name? Because his dad is mentioned, I can't remember his dad's first name, but his dad is like blah, blah, son Villano. Yeah. So Sev went Sev's son Villano. So he must, something with his dad is going to happen in his backstory.
But I thought he said that way back in like either Words of Radiance or The Way of Kings. Someone calls him by like Seth's son, whatever his dad's name is, and I thought Seth said that he like wasn't worthy of that name anymore. So I don't know.
Or maybe Seth does something, but why would he?
Well, he was truthless. Remember?
Yeah, but he was truthless. But why skip his dad's name? Why to his grandfather's name? Why not just no name? Why not just Seth? It's just all very interesting things.
They worship rocks. I imagine this is a dumb thing as well.
Yeah, they're really into worship rocks. Do like that Shinovar is a beautiful land.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's the only place on the planet that's normal.
Yeah, they're like, I love like Kaladin still are just like, what? Like the plants don't move when you touch them.
He literally said grass was like moss because it grew so tight and together. It's just grass, bro.
I know, it is really funny.
I understand you live in a rock world.
I like how Kaladin is trying to get Sev to like,
slowly doing it, yeah.
Yeah, and Sword Nimi, always great.
Sword Nimi is a key. He kills it every single time.
And Sev is such a dick. He's such a dick.
He calls Kaladin a coward.
Yeah, I've always said this. Is like, he's a less cooler version of Kaladin.
Oh, 100%.
Because he's also a depressed person. Because I love how he's like, well, I follow my master. I have faith in... And he's like, I have like honor or something. He's like, I respect Dalinar because I have to, because he's my master. Or like, he just listens to Dalinar just because he's his master. It's like, dude, you got to get like a new mindset going on.
I know, but he turned Dalinar into his new oath stone.
I know. It's like, you got to get a new mindset. You got to break this. You're a maniac. Like,
well, Kaladin's working on him. Yeah. So we'll see if he can crack him at the end.
Also, Kaladin kind of got him there too. And he was like, well, Dalinar told me to help you. So wouldn't you have to listen to that? And then he's just like, no. And I'm like, wait, what? No. You don't have to listen to Dalinar there, I guess.
Of course. But you can commit mass genocide due to a stone.
I know. Yeah, he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Yeah, he's a terrorist.
Yeah, I understand why Kaladin's like, this is advanced crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I'm working on regular crazy. I don't know how to fix this yet. And Dalinor's like, you'll figure it out, champ. Good for you.
Super excited to see where they're going in this spirit world thing. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's gonna be pumped. Yeah.
Has spirit world been mentioned? Anything else?
The spiritual realm. I mean, like,
never really mentioned it in Stormlight. I guess isn't that where Kaladin? Isn't that where Kelsier was?
I think
that had to have been. Because time was moving so different there, too.
Yeah, I don't know. No, he was because he was in the cognitive realm because he runs into those world hoppers.
Yeah, but Wit goes into there. What's the cognitive realm?
Cognitive realm is Shadesmar.
Yeah, but that wasn't Shadesmar that Kelsier was in.
Cognitive realm has a few forms, I think.
But it is a perpendicularity there. I don't think that was not Shadesmar.
I think that was Shadesmar.
Well, Shadesmar looks that different in different places?
I think so. This is now we're getting to areas where I don't really know.
I don't think that was Shadesmar.
But I don't think it's
because Wit has been to the spiritual realm.
Yeah, but like even Wit was like maybe, but the world hoppers were in that realm.
That's true. He does stay in that realm.
Well, what's her name? She has a name.
Oh, it had to have been Shadesmar because it looks different because he goes to a lake and it's land.
Yes.
But none of it's beads. But beads might just be a Roshar thing.
Be a Roshar thing.
That might just be a Roshar thing.
Yeah.
But he does go to that lake, and the lake is land.
Okay.
So that's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Shadesmar thing.
Shadesmar, yeah.
But he is a spirit.
Well, he's a cognitive shadow.
Yeah, he's a shadow. Yeah. I don't know, whatever.
Or a cognitive ghost or something like that.
Wit has been...
The key warrior is cognitive. He lives in the cognitive.
We'll find out when they go there, and we'll see if... You might have seen it before.
Maybe, it's very possible. I have, but...
We'll find out when they go there. I'm very interested to see what it's going to be, because that's where honor is, so...
I'm excited.
Yeah, so...
And I'll Rishram.
Yes. The Stormfather, I do enjoy the Stormfather's like, you don't want to take over honor. I do like Wit's like, you don't want to take the shard.
I like how Stormfather has this grand plan and is fully in control until he's not. And then he melts down every single time.
I did one Dalinar's yelling at him.
Yeah, it's like...
And he get as big as him.
It just, once again, it always goes... it's a running theme in the books that the Stormfather is still a spren. So he still is, in essence... like the brain of a child.
Yeah.
Like you do have to shout him down. Just like stop. I mean, remember all the way back when it's also a running theme that Downer just does something he doesn't expect. Like when he did I Am Unity, the Stormfather was like quivering in fear.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Downer did something they wasn't expecting, all this stuff. And I'm just like, I keep sitting here and it's like, Stormfather, maybe at some point you gotta accept that you ain't it, man. Yeah. You don't got any plan. You got no control.
Yeah. I wonder what his plan is, though.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Sanderson loves doing this.
Yeah.
Cultivation shows up. We'll get to that cultivation and Odium conversation, but cultivation has a plan. We'll find out what that is. Yes. They all have plans, but my favorite thing is like sometimes you're like, oh, they have these long plans. They might be good, and then you're like, they never are. The only good one so far I've seen of what I've read of the Cosmere is preservation because it worked.
Yeah, it did work.
His plan worked.
Yes, it did work. It did work.
I don't think his plan was Sazed. His plan was Vin taking the power, right?
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
I don't know if it was the whole plan was Sazed.
I think his plan originally was...
was it Sazed?
No. His plan originally was to have Vin become the next user because he saw himself deteriorating. Yes. I believe that I read that somewhere.
Yeah, that was his plan. His plan was not her...
Not Kelsier, his plan was not for her to kill Ruin. His plan was for her to just be the next user and hold Ruin down still.
No, I think... But I'm saying... No, I think he had a plan yes. Whatever. What I'm trying to think is his plan, did work, could have worked, but it didn't go the way he thought it was going to go.
Correct, and
which is showing you once again that they're not like omniscient.
No, yeah, no. What even points out, it's like they have a vast understanding of the Cosmere and all it can do, and they can see glimpses of the future, but even they don't even know what the future is really. Mm-hmm. Like no one can really know that. I think Bernard said that.
The only thing we'll find interesting is like, I don't know. I haven't read Mistborn Era 2, but Sazed being Harmony, he's literally like almost an omniscient god. Like he could change anything on the planet.
Yeah.
Like in any which way he wanted to. So I don't know if that's like you need both shards to do that. But like, because he literally like,
with Sazed, I don't know if he is Sazed's shards exist in conflict, so he can't do much.
But he did so much.
He did, but in Era 2, it's like I think it's a degenerative thing.
A degenerative thing,
yeah,
okay.
Because his shards like are I think now they're starting to not get along, but he can't really. He's like kind of racked with indecision.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was always like, he's so powerful. So like,
well, he talks about in Rhythm of War. There's one of the chapter openings where Wit's like sending him letters and stuff, and Sazed's answering. And he talks about how he is like because of his like opposing shards or something like that, like he can't interfere directly. He's empowering people to be both ruin and preservation at the same time, which is the main character in Mistborn Era 2. So
yeah, well, I'm just talking about when he changed the entire planet.
Yes, he did. I think that was I think the shards were in conflict then, but I think over time, like 300 years, they started to like argue with each other in essence. So it's my understanding of it.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because because like when Vin initially gets preservation, well, that doesn't make sense actually. When she initially gets preservation, she does the same things. I don't know. Maybe when you first get the shard, you're just instantly I don't know. Because when she first gets the shard preservation, she's not the well. Like after.
Yeah. When she becomes a god.
Yeah, when Ruin is not helping her in any sense of the word.
Yeah.
If anything like that, she's just as powerful. Like she moves the planet and stuff like that.
But she's not crazy.
But she's not. It doesn't. But the power goes away. Like she doesn't. She just like it's maybe when you first initially grab it, you have like a few minutes.
I thought the problem was when she became a god, she did what Rasha did and screwed up. Didn't really know how to do anything with it. Mm-hmm. And then anything she did try to do, Ruin stopped.
Oh, Ruin got in the way of it.
Ruin got in the way of it. That's why she couldn't fix everything properly.
Yeah, maybe that's... But no, what I'm saying is, like, why wouldn't she continuously have that awesome power?
I'm confused. She does.
She does have the awesome power.
Yeah.
But why doesn't she use it?
Because Ruin was stopping her.
Yeah, but like she could still do... My point of this is, like, I just want to know how powerful the shards are.
I think they can move planets around. I'm pretty sure they are infinitely powerful.
Okay, that's what I'm
saying. In this specific instance, anytime Vin tried to do something good that wasn't a cock up, Ruin stopped her from doing that because the shards are infinite, but it's infinity fighting infinity, so they cancel each other out.
Yeah, that's what it's just interesting. That's my whole point is that because the one that comes down to like cultivation and odium, obviously. Like, cultivation really doesn't care too much about what Odium's doing, but she wants to stop Odium. She wants to stop Odium, and Honor's dead right now. But it is one of those funny things. It's like, Odium, if he really wants to do something, he could just kill people. Like,
yeah.
Like, he just...
well, Wit was getting in on that like, there's, like, some, like, restrictions to what they can do.
That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, I see.
That's what I was
missing.
That's what's very confusing about, like, when Vin takes over preservation for the first time. It's like... And when Sazed takes it over, it's like they're literally like an omniscient god. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they can't. And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Like Ruin's getting in the way, and the shards arguing against each other.
I think in this instance, it's because I think Honor got in the way. I think Honor had made binding agreements with the power of Odium.
And they make agreements, and it seems like
that's why I can't just like shoot lightning at them. That's why Wit was saying if they breach the contract, they'll probably. I don't know. This could be just a plot hole thing, but like I imagine if they breach the contract. Not only do they breach that pact, but they breach something bigger so that Odium can then like shoot lightning down.
Yeah, and it seems like he said like gods have to take contracts and then they can
what's said with the power, it's like
they have to follow it.
Yeah,
which is just like I just think that's just a rule that they just like I don't think there's going to be any explanation of why that is, which is fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
I like the idea of infinite power having restrictions.
Yeah,
unless it's the god that it came from.
Yeah,
they didn't all seem to have such restrictions. I'd be like, that's
too much. So that's what I was like. I was confused about when Sazed all that kind of stuff because it would make more sense to me if Alien Ultimate could do all those kind of things.
Yeah,
but the shards could not.
Yeah,
like the shards had a very very limited like like they're gods. They're like Greek gods.
Yeah,
like it makes sense to me if like Alien Ultimate was like an Abrahamic god and then the shards were like Greek gods.
Yeah.
But then Sazed took the shard and I was like, wow, you are like an Abrahamic god. You're just changing whatever you feel like.
Yeah.
So I was very confused about that, but I could see like once the shards start arguing, I don't know, their power is very odd.
Yeah.
It seems unlimited. I would like it more if the powers were like limited to the personalities of the shard.
Yeah.
Where like Ruin can only ruin. and not create.
Yes.
But he needs preservation to create.
Yes. I think that, I see what you mean. I think the shards can do it. Each shard is essentially the same, except for it's flavoring.
It seems like that, yes. And then they just get in the way of each other and make contracts, and they
and then that makes
which limits their powers. Yeah.
Yes. So it's another one of those things too. I think it's like I think Aiden Alcium was greater than the sum of his pieces. So like if you put all the shards back together, they're not going to have this problem because I think it's like instead of like adding them together, it's actually just multiplying to a bigger creation.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that Harmony was fighting within itself.
Yeah, Harmony is the whole story of Mistborn Era 2, not the whole story, but parts of it are like says it is kind of like can't do anything. Oh, like they bring up a few times and it's like I can't, my hands are tied because like I think his shards don't like each other.
That makes sense. Ruin and preservation don't like each other.
Yeah, and one of those reasons why like I don't know, he's the only shard in existence that has two shards, and it looks like it seems like a problem for the rest of the cosmere. Like the rest of the shards don't like that. It seems like there's a reason that Odium didn't just eat all the other shards because, Odium shatters shards. He doesn't eat them because if he eats them, this happens. He gets diluted, corrupted, and messed up. So that's why he breaks them all instead of just eating them for their power.
And also, why would Odium want?
Yeah,
so that's what's that. See,
that each shard's infinite. It's really mad. They don't need.
That's
more
what I'm
power,
saying. Like, so if they all have like the same power, then there's no point of like
Yes.
Yeah. But it's funny though. Well, that's kind of weird that he killed Honor. That's confusing too because the only reason when Vin kills Ruin, they both die.
Yes.
But when Odium killed Honor, Honor just dies, and Odium doesn't die.
That I have no idea.
Yeah. Technically, Odium also should have died.
Yeah.
If you go with the rules of what happened with preservation of Ruin.
Yep.
Because the only reason she could kill Ruin was because she had to kill herself.
Yeah.
Because whatever. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, I think Odium's the bigger bad. That's what I think.
Yeah, probably.
I think that the infinite power thing, maybe that never should have been added in. It should have just been they're very, very strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they can't have, I don't know. It's interesting. But Odium's definitely going to be the big bad. Like,
100%.
He's definitely down. Odium and Cultivation talking to each other was absolutely hilarious and horrible because we found out Taravangian's just really, really pissed.
Yeah, he is. He's mad. And he's like...
Well, he's Wrath. So
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And so
Odium is Aiden Alcium's Wrath. So.
It's just like, for a second there, he thought like, oh, look at this. He's going to use it smarter, probably, and differently. It's going to be really dangerous. And like, he's still going to do that. But now he's just really, really mad the entire time, too. And it's like, Cultivation's like, I cocked up pretty bad.
Yeah,
This is on me, guys.
Yeah, and now she's like, oh, I actually had a plan this entire time.
Once again, I think we talked about this, too. I think it's Cultivation. I think she's corrupted by her own shard. Like, I think she just grows things.
Yeah.
And doesn't really, like, prune them to see where they're going, you know?
Yeah.
Dalinar and Lift have been great investments that have worked out well. Mm-hmm. But, like, this is horrible. We talked about it before in the podcast. This is horrible.
Yeah,
this is a very bad
idea. Also, I would say what are the other shards? We got Preservation, Ruin, Honor,
Whimsy, Valor. I think is one.
Valor. There's
we know all of them except for the 16th.
What's that one? Autonomy.
Who sucks.
That's why I'm positive. Also, Odium's the big baddie because I don't know what the word Odium means, but the rest of them are just names. Things they pretty much do.
Like Odium, it's an emotion.
Yeah,
obviously, like the rest of them are
pretty much the rest of them have names of what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for Odium, who's like Wrath and described as Wrath.
Yeah,
it's just like instead of calling it Wrath, it's called Odium.
There was Dominion, and he shattered this one. Dominion and something. It's the Elantrian gods. They're both just shattered shards. I think. And then whatever world Odium first went to, he had another shard with him. He blew that one up too, and it fucked the world pretty badly. Well, there's a bunch of cognitive shadows that kill people on it.
Yeah, that's what's also interesting too. It's like, where do they get their magic from? Do they get them from the shards?
Yes, the shards bring investiture.
Yes,
and they each come with their own flavoring.
That's why Odium, Cultivation, Honor must be the strongest, because Stormlight is... Well, Elantra's pretty strong, right? Their magic's pretty strong.
They're strong. They sort of write things into existence, yeah.
Yeah, but is it stronger than Stormlight?
I think Stormlight's going to be stronger.
Yeah, I think Stormlight's got to be the strongest.
Yeah,
it's the main planet.
Yeah, it's the one everyone's like...
But Wind of Truth is very good.
Yeah, it's been an amazing book so far. I can't wait to read the rest of it.
Obviously a million things we haven't talked about. We'll probably do a podcast every 2 days. In the book, it's 10 days.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes,
yeah, it's 10 days. So how about every 2 days we'll
Sure, I'll give it a go.
We'll do a Winter Truth update. We'll try to at least.
Yeah. We'll cover that though.
Yeah, actually maybe next podcast we both there's a chance we both might be pretty close to being done with the book.
Yeah, so we'll do a full recap.
Yeah,
I'll probably finish it in the week.
Yeah, so there's a huge chance because I'm planning on grinding. I want to get it done as quick as possible.
Save so I have spoilers come out.
Yeah, and so I can get to Era 2 of Mistborn, and then I want to start reading all the other books so I can get the Cosmere all in my brain.
Nice.
But yeah, Winter Truth. So far, it's really hard to say because Rhythm War was one of those books. I'm a huge fan of Rhythm War. It's probably my favorite out of all. No, it is my favorite out of Stormlight. I just think it's the best written one and everything like that. Oathbringer's number 2, very close number 2. I will say, we'll see. Winter Truth's going to be one of those you gotta wait to the end to decide.
I want to see what the Xander Lanch is on this one.
Yeah, because like
big.
Right now it's just a lot of talking, a lot of stuff prepping. They're moving quick, which I like. It's not like slog.
Yeah,
Sanders is really good. There's a few complaints we have about it. Too much sexy stuff in it.
Yeah,
which really wasn't in any of the other books.
Yeah, but he's going hard with that one.
Yeah, good job, fans.
Yeah, you're right.
Adding things we didn't need. Shower scene not needed.
Yeah, they wrecked that one pretty badly.
But we'll see when it gets to the end. It's really good. You can't really judge the book till it gets to the end. It's Sanderson, so it's going to be good. But except for Well in Ascension, that's not a good book. That's just not a good book.
Nah.
Hero of Ages, incredible. Final Empire, incredible. Very, very good ones, actually. Yes. Hero of Ages is like... I still think Final Empire was my favorite out of the 3 of them.
Fair. That's a more complete... That's a more like well-rounded book.
It's very good. Hero of Ages is still very good. Final Empire... I don't know if I like any... Do you like any of the books above Stormlight books?
No.
I don't think so, right?
No.
It's really hard. Amazing. It's really hard.
Yeah, Stormlight's amazing.
Like, the Way of Kings is so good. And then they're all just better.
It's all gold all the way through.
Yeah, so... But, yeah. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.